Hey, hello, everyone. It's been a while since I've just come on here with some just generic training and just really being a part of. Um, Hang on one second. This is telling me it's not able to. All right, I am trying to get these to go to Instagram too, but I guess that's not going to happen today. So let me get rid of that so that um, we're not complicating things here. So I hope everybody's doing well. Let me just see here. Okay. So I'm here today because I wanted to chat with you. I'm really making a commitment in 2024 to do more chatting with you and to supplement all of the chatting at you that I do, right? We do a lot of, my podcast comes out every week and I've got reels and social and all that stuff. And I really want an opportunity to do more chatting with you. So that is why I'm here today. I want to talk a little bit about, just things, right? First of all, hopefully you've had a chance to listen to this week's Good Girls Get Rich podcast episode. I think it was an important one because it's so funny because I have a little bit of, I can argue both sides of this, right? But I talked a little bit about, what if your comfort zone isn't such a bad thing, right? What if your comfort zone is a good thing? And I want you sometimes to be outside of your comfort zone. But here's the thing, our comfort zone is where a lot of our genius is, right? Just because we're comfortable with something doesn't mean that it's not genius. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about this week on this show, on the Good Girls Get Rich podcast. It's episode 270. So KarenYankovich.com/270. Let me actually send you a little banner about that. Let's see here. How do I do that? KarenYankovich.com. Here we go. 270. Save. And show. Okay, there we go. So we've done, so you probably have noticed in this group, we've done some rebranding. We're talking more about kind of, most of what we realized is most of the work that we do is helping women step into whatever the next chapter looks like for them in a strong, confident, powerful way. And so it's not just about LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn is a tool that we use to help them create the brand, to have the success we want them to have. And PR, same thing. It's the tool that we use to help them have the success we want to have. But it's not the be all end all. It's that reigniting of your passion as you step into that next role. It's that rising up to the levels that we know are there for you. And I know that for many of us, that takes us out of our comfort zone. But I want you to understand your comfort zone so that you can build that, use that as the foundation, right? So your comfort zone is not your enemy, right? It's your foundation for success. And I want you to step out of it, but I also want you to embrace it and understand it. And I want to leverage it so that we're showing up from a place of complete confidence and really building our next chapter around our zone of genius. You don't have to be uncomfortable to experience success. Okay. I mean, the most beautiful part of all of this is when everything starts to come together and you're just in flow, right? And you're just in flow. So yes, I want to push you for growth. Yes, I want you to think bigger. And sometimes some of that's uncomfortable, but your comfort zone is the sweet spot for that flow, for making everything work together. We, in our She's Linked Up Accelerator program, which I want to tell you a little bit more about today, we have a strong mindset component. In fact, every Monday I do a live mindset training and it's live and it's a different training every week because we need to do a little reshaping of our beliefs about what we excel in. It's okay. Like sometimes we think, well, I can do this. This is the easy stuff, right? And not really, work has to be hard. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be hard. Okay. And there's mindset around that. We've learned that we have to work hard to get what we want. Like, what if you don't have to work hard? What if you build this all from this beautiful place of your comfort zone? Okay. that's where the path is to becoming a wealthy woman. I want there to be more wealthy women of influence in the world. I want more women to have more money. I want more women to have more choices, and more money gives us more choices. We can, I mean, the women, most of the women that I work with have big missions, like big missions. Like you guys are amazing. And big missions take big money, right? So we have to shift our mindset about that. And maybe that's a little bit out of our comfort zone. But my guess is you're building your big missions around the things that you're passionate about, right? I don't want you to create something that feels hard. I want you to create something that feels aligned and beautiful and easy and in flow, right? Always returning to your strengths, always returning to what is it that you love, what is it that you're good at. So if 2024 has you itching to kind of level it up, we should talk, because our program really is, I think, the best of the best. You know, we've made some changes to it this year, and that's really what I want to talk to you about. So it's February 2nd, 2024 right now. And for this month, and we've extended it, by the way, because I'm always looking to find ways to help you have better success, right? We've been running this program for 5 or 6 years now. It's a 12-week program. It's the same 12-week program. We've recreated the content a few times, but it's the same 12-week program that we've done before. We're always just making it better. And what we're doing for this year is we're layering in a done for you component, because that's what we're being asked for. And I've been being asked for this for years, by the way. Like, you guys are asking me, like, I should have time for this, Karen. What does it look like for you to do this for me? Like, you pay people to do your Instagram, you pay people to do all your other stuff. Like, and I fought this a little bit because I was like, I don't want to have an agency, right? So we found that sweet spot, that middle ground, where we can create your strategy for you. We're creating your content. We're writing your profile. We're creating a media kit for you, because I want you pitching yourself to the media. We're creating those pitches. We're creating your talk topics. We're creating all of this for you, right? We're creating your strategy for you, specific to you. Okay. This is not something that everybody gets a cookie cutter, right? Or it's not boilerplate. It is specific to you. And we're doing it because the very first thing that happens when you join our She's Linked Up Accelerator program is you and I get on a call, and we like to look for what's your zone of genius. What do you love doing? What is it that you do really well? And how do we turn that into a big, fat, juicy offer? 5K, 10K, 50K, 100K, right? Whatever we can dream up. Okay. Once we do that, that's when once you and I have that clarity, and we also have clarity on who is it that's going to that's going to sign the contract for that order, right? I mean, you can talk about that as your ideal client, right? But who's signing that contract for that order? Once we have those two things identified, and that's very custom, it's you and me on the phone together building this out, then we get into gear, right? That's when you meet our profile coach, and she writes your profile for you, and we start to create your assets, and we start teaching you the process. Because at the end of the day, I can do a lot of this for you, but we can't outsource relationship building. And that's what we teach, is relationship marketing, right? So there's still stuff you need to learn, but we're making it really simple and easy for you. And we have this amazing, gorgeous community of women that I get to hang out with, that you would get to hang out with if you want to know what this looks like. So because we have newly incorporated this overlay of the done for you assets to this program we've been running for years, we're running it as a pilot, because I need to figure it out, right? Like, I think I know what we're going to give you. But until we start actually doing it, I'm not sure how it's all going to pan out. So we're running this as a pilot, which means we're still holding the 2023 pricing. We have not, well, obviously, if I'm creating these assets for you, my costs are going up considerably, right? So we're going to be creating these assets for you. But we're holding the investment for one more month. Okay. One more month, because we're still figuring this out. Right. So, and when I say figuring this out, you're still getting the full amazing program. It's just that what are behind the scenes, what does it look like for us to create these assets for you? Right. So if you want to know, I cannot hold this another month. Like, I cannot hold this another month. So if you want to know what it looks like, we have limited spots with our February cohort. Our January cohort just started this week. And oh my gosh, you guys, if you're in our January cohort, my heart was bursting at the seams after our call this week. They had their first call this week. You guys are amazing, 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 amazing. So smart, so brilliant. And I am so honored that I get to work with you. So I'm putting the energy out there that our February cohort is going to be exactly like that. So if you want to know what that looks like, KarenYankovich.com/call gets you to our calendar. You definitely want to book a call. for that. And again, the calls are just, let's see if it's a fit, right? Like sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I'm not here to push you into doing it. I want it to be an absolute hell yes on your part and a hell yes on my part for us to be working together, because we dive deep. We hold your hand, we dive deep, and we really create a relationship with you. Our team dives in, and we only do this with a limited number of people every month. So if you want a spot in this February cohort at the 2023 pilot, at the pricing for 2023 with the 2024 pilot, with all of this stuff done for you that you get to keep forever, we're going to give you 6 months worth of content, not just the 12 weeks. And they're giving you 6 months worth of content. And by the way, we may change our mind on that for the March cohort, right? So get in on this now. Just grab a spot on the calendar and we can chat and see what it looks like. I actually have some spots on my calendar for tomorrow. Somebody booked, just canceled a call that I had. I sometimes work Saturday mornings because I tend to take off time during the week. Yesterday, I spent the morning with my 2-year-old granddaughter at her library art class. So, so I've got so tomorrow morning I'll be here sitting at my desk. So if you go to KarenYankovich.com/call, you can probably even get on my calendar for tomorrow. And let's talk and see if it's a fit. A couple other things I want to talk about. Sales Navigator. It seems like it's going away. It kind of sucks, I think. Well, it sucks for me in a couple ways. Like I've got a lot of training I've got to re-record now because I talk a lot about Sales Navigator, how much I love Sales Navigator, and now Sales Navigator is going away. So they're not saying Sales Navigator is going away. They're saying you all love Sales Navigator so much that we're just giving the tools to everyone. I'm like, sounds to me like Sales Navigator is going away, right? They're putting your profile back in the order that it previously was. With Sales Navigator, reorganizes your profile. Nope, back the way it used to be. We're still going to get some tools about, how to, you still get LinkedIn Live, you still get the newsletter. So there's still some things. I'm hoping that we still get to use that link. Like my link now says book a call or book an appointment. I love that link and I want that link to stay. So I'm hoping that stays. Most of these changes aren't happening until March. So we have another month to mess with this. But at the end of the day, it looks like Sales Navigator is going away. So if you haven't heard about that, that's the scoop. They're not saying it's going away. They're saying we're giving the Sales Navigator tools to everyone. That's what it was like before Sales Navigator came out. We all had the option to have these tools. So I love you, LinkedIn, but it sounds like a little bit of a PR spin. Anyway, as long as I still get to keep the tools that I like. The one good thing about it, though, I will say, is that we're going to go back to having the option to using follow or connect. And sometimes you just want to have that connect button. I do kind of like leaving the follow button there. And I probably will leave it mostly. So that's like the button that you get to when, if we're not connected yet, you get to either connect or follow me, right? But there are times like if I'm speaking at a conference, I don't want people to have to go through all these steps to connect with me. So I probably would switch it to connect throughout the conference and then maybe back to follow afterwards. Because I used follow kicking and screaming a little bit, but I do think in hindsight that it brought me a lot of followers where I don't necessarily need to be connected to all these people, right? So I probably will still use follow generally, but at least now I have the option to use connect if there's something happening where there might be a lot of people that I want to connect with me at one time, right? Does that make sense? All right, so that's it. I mean, I've been talking long enough here. 15 minutes is long enough. I hope that this was valuable. I hope that I see your name on my calendar. Check out this week's show. Remember to honor your zone of genius, honor your comfort zone, and don't be afraid of it. Don't let people talk you out of it. Don't let people tell you it's a bad thing. Use it as the foundation for building a big, beautiful life. I am here to support you with that. KarenYankovich.com/call is the very next step to that. The podcast is something we give to the community. This group is something I give to the community. At some point, if you want to know more, if you think maybe this is your year to dive in and have that amazing financial year or that amazing influence year, or you've got an impact you really want to make on the world, KarenYankovich.com/call is the next step. All right. Looking forward to seeing your name on my calendar. You are not going to want to miss next week's podcast. Monday, I get to interview. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I got to interview Dee Taylor, who is the client concierge in our She's Linked Up Accelerator program. She's amazing. And it was so fun to get to just gush about all the beautiful things in the program. But also, she also went through the program as a student. So we're coming at it from two perspectives. Listen, of course, I'm running a for-profit business. If you think it's a fit to work together, I'd love to work with you. But at the same time, I just want you to do this stuff. Whether you do it with me or somebody else, or you just follow the stuff I teach you on the podcast and do it yourself, right? So hopefully you'll get some tips out of Monday's show from Dee as well, with Dee as well. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and I will see you again soon.